All right. This is Mike Nelson here. We're here with the band Lydias Castle. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Hey,
Yeah, thanks
thanks
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
All right. I'm just going to have each of you give your names and your instrument. That way our listeners can know who they're listening to when we played on the show this Monday.
Cool. Hey guys, what's up? This is Tanya. I'm the vocalist with Lydia's Castle.
And my name's Cody. I'm the guitarist.
All right. Thanks a lot. So this past week, you guys released an EP, right? Is that correct? On June 3rd, you guys released your first EP.
Yeah,
We did, yeah. Five
And how, how,
songs.
how do you guys feel about that?
good. Feeling good. I think we put out a good collection of songs. I'm excited to see what comes after it. We've been holding on to these songs for a while, and so we're ready to get some fresh new ideas and just see where the next path leads us.
All right. And the newest single, "Search for You." How do you? I'm actually gonna be playing that on the show this Monday, so our listeners can hear it as well.
Perfect.
What do you guys? How do you guys feel about the new song? What do you guys think of it?
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's vibing real well with it. It's a song people can relate to.
Yeah.
It's good energy. So I think so far so good.
Yeah.
All right. And you guys are having a few local gigs out there in Tennessee. I know you guys are based in Nashville. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, correct. Yep, Nashville, Tennessee. So we got a gig actually tomorrow. We're going to be playing in Clarksville, Tennessee at the Warehouse. We have a show in St. Louis the following weekend at Diamond Music Hall. And then from there, we'll be playing in Arnold, Missouri. We got a show with Saving Abel in August at the Machine Shop in Flint, Michigan. So a whole bunch of things coming up.
Yep. We're excited.
And of course, we're out here in the West Coast. Any plans to come out to the West Coast?
That's the dream.
Yeah. We're always trying to work towards that. So, but yeah, absolutely, especially out in your area. California is just beautiful in general, but yeah, West Coast run, we're all for it, as long as it makes sense.
Yep.
All right, and I want to talk a little bit about the name Lydia's Castle. Could you explain? I know I got a press release here, but I just would like you guys to kind of explain, that way our listeners can kind of get your point of view from the name.
Yeah. So Lydia's Castle was created after. So Cody and I are married. We've been together since we were like 18, and a few years ago, about a week before my due date, I was pregnant, and we ended up losing our daughter unexpectedly. And during that time of when we lost her, we ended up having to figure out our new identification as people again. And so as we were like rebuilding ourselves and our lives, we ended up falling back into music and building Lydia's Castle. And so Lydia's Castle is named after Lydia, who is Cody and I, our daughter.
Very nice. All right. So for the band itself, what message are you trying to give out to the fans? Like when people hear your music, you guys have very powerful lyrics with your songs. So what is it? I know it could be applied for a lot of different people. But what are you guys trying to send out there when you write these songs?
We're trying to give people a sense of self-worth. I think is kind of the end game. I mean, we want people to feel good. I think the message is that you can take whatever life throws at you. You can take all the challenges, the bumps and the road, and turn that into a platform to build your castle on, essentially. And we want people to know that is possible. Especially in times where your life, things may seem dark. But there is a way out of it, and you just have to work towards it. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. This is not like a storybook type of thing, but we just want people to know that they're strong and they can make it through it.
And if you could talk a little bit about your musical journey, how did it start? When did you guys decide you want to be musicians? I'm a musician myself. I've been playing this music since I was 5 years old.
Okay.
But when did I play the saxophone, violin, a little guitar? But when did you
Nice.
guys start decided to play music?
Well, for me, so both my mom and my dad are musicians. My mom is a bass player, and my dad was a guitar player, and he liked to sing a lot too. So I've grown up around music. I've grown up around my dad's Gibson Explorer that was always hanging around. He always had a couple acoustics hanging around. So I didn't really start playing music probably until I was maybe 13, but I was always strumming the guitar as a kid. So I knew how it worked by the time I started learning.
Nice. And Tanya?
Yeah. So for me, goodness, my great grandparents owned a music store in Buchanan, Michigan called Chuck Day Music Center. And so, my dad was raised around music. And then growing up as a kid, I started on violin, played sax as well, clarinet. And it was one of those things where if we wanted to play an instrument, they just mailed us instruments.
Wow.
So
Cool.
I don't think I ever actually bought my first instrument until I was like late in my teens. But no, that's kind of like where music originated for us. It's just been a part of us,
Yeah, it's kind of been around our entire lives.
Yeah.
And how did Lydia's Castle come about? How did the band form? How did you guys? I know you guys have a couple new members that just joined the band, but were you guys playing without the other two members before the other two joined?
A couple shows.
Like one. I think we only did one show. So technically, we started as Lydia's Castle before we had an actual band.
Yeah.
But every show since then, we've had John on drums, and now we have Corey as our bass player, and both really great players, and we're starting to play a lot more shows. So,
and we found them because like Cody and I, like during COVID, we sat down and we were writing a lot of music during the shut-ins, and afterwards we were like, hey, we got 20-30 songs here, let's start adding more members to play with us. And we just put our music out there, and then John Wysocki, he loved the music, wanted to be a part of it, wanted to write with us too. And then so for about a year when we were playing shows, we were doing hired guns for bass players, multiple different hired guns. And we just really took our time, like finding the right bass player to put in the band.
When it made sense.
Right. Because, that's so critical if you're in a van together, or if you're writing, or, this is somebody who we just wanted to make sure we found the right person. And so when we did auditions recently,
you have to be willing to share a van with this person, for like 2 or 3 months on end, if you're lucky to get a tour like that.
Yeah.
But
Corey he fell into place.
And you mentioned you guys wrote about 20 to 30 songs during the pandemic, during the lockdown. You guys are going to release a full album anytime soon? I know you guys got the EP that just came out, but a full album hopefully at the end of the year or next year.
I've always thought it would be cool to do a full length, like using part of the EP and then like adding another 5 songs and just re-releasing it as a package. Otherwise, we would probably just do another EP. I don't think a full length is really in the cards for us at this moment, just for funding reasons and for practicality reasons too.
It's a singles world nowadays. Anything more than I feel like 6 or 8 songs, unless you're, Metallica or
you just have to have,
you just got to work up to that.
Yeah, you got to work up to that. And we're still a new band, but
right.
We seem to be making a decent amount of traction so far. So hopefully we get to that point. I would love to do a full length. I would love to do the whole thing. I want to do like vinyl. I want to like have the liner notes. I want to do the whole thing, like I would love to do that. I think it's awesome. Call me a hipster, call me old school, whatever. I think it's cool. It's part of the experience,
Can we do cassette tapes?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that in like 10 years. So that way we can follow the progression.
Some mixtapes.
All right. And how's the music scene out in Nashville? I mean, of course we know country music, that's like the #1 out there, but there's a lot of music studios out there. I know Dave Mustaine, he lives out in Nashville, or does his records out there for Megadeth. So how's the scene out there for rock and metal?
Everyone from California is moving here.
And New York.
In New York. I think it is known as country music city, but there's a whole reggae scene, there's a rock scene, there's a metal scene. And the thing I love the most about Nashville is that you will have people go into different genres of shows, and they just love music.
Well, it's Music City. It's
Yeah.
not country music city or rock music city or,
Well, and everyone's so
you know.
supportive too, you know, like everyone will just support music. You know, it's not like it's very cliquey. Everyone here is like just willing to help
It's pretty
out.
cool. And
Yeah.
then you'll get to run into occasional rock stars every now and then. So it's pretty awesome being out here, and
Yeah.
a little expensive, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it is.
And Nashville. So you guys are Predators fans, or
No.
are you guys no yeah in hockey?
John is though, right?
No, John's a Bruins fan, and if
Oh.
he were here right now, he would be throwing a fit. No,
That I said
no, John's a Bruins fan. He's from the New England area.
Yeah.
I'm a Blues. Well, I don't really follow hockey, I'll be honest. But if I had to pick one, I'd be the Blues fan because I'm from St. Louis.
Okay.
He's more of a Cardinals fan.
And yeah, I'm a Cardinals fan too.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm an Anaheim Ducks fan, so we don't like the Predators. I don't know if you guys know the Ducks and Predators have like a little rivalry going back.
Did not know
I
that.
did not know that,
No,
but now we do.
Hey, I guess I'm a Ducks fan. So
All right, cool. So like you mentioned, the maybe another EP going to be coming out soon. What about festivals in Europe? You guys ever look to doing that? But maybe next summer, those festivals in Europe, would that be something you guys be interested in doing?
I would be more than happy to tour and do festivals across seas. I feel like they still love rock and roll as much as we like rock and roll. The US can sometimes get the reputation for being a little jaded when it comes to that genre, but I'll make I'll tour over there. I don't care. I love the idea of doing it,
Yeah.
just playing for people who just want to hear rock and roll.
And what do you like about playing live? What's the best part about being out there on stage?
Oh man, probably the moment before you go on stage.
No, that's like the moment I don't like.
Yeah, that's why I like it, because my heart's racing. I'm nervous. Is everything plugged in? Is my amp turned on? Just kind of little things like that. But it reminds you that you're alive and that you get the opportunity to kind of be able to have that moment, because not everybody gets that kind of moment. Some might call it anxiety, and it probably is, but I don't know, probably that. And then probably the moment that you like nail your solo perfectly. I think that that's probably a great moment.
I think for me, it's like just, being able to just connect with people, a lot of the time, like with, there's some, singers that get up, sing, get off. There's some that, connect in different ways. And for me, it's just like, I like to just like really connect with the audience. We're here giving them a show,
Mm-hmm.
We're only here because of them. And just being able to, do crowd interaction and things like that. I love that part of it.
And what advice would you give to young musicians out there, to kids learning an instrument or people that want to get into music? What advice would you give them?
I would say like my biggest advice is two things. The first thing is, as prominent as social media is today, don't get discouraged if someone is not liking your material. Don't base how good you are off of social media metrics. And then the second thing, because that can get discouraging. And then the second thing would be is to just don't give up on it. If it's something that you really love to do, then do it because you love it. Don't put parameters and deadlines and timelines. If you got a talent, no matter where you are at in the world, you don't need to be in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be in California. You could be a hole in the wall place in Indiana. And if you got a good product, just focus on your product. If it's good, people will come to you and they'll want that. Mm-hmm. So that's my TED Talk.
Well, as far as learning instruments, I would say take your time learning everything the correct way.
Yep.
Metronomes, stink sometimes, but
vocal warm-ups
are important. As far as being in a band, I would say relax and let whatever happens when it comes to writing. Don't think that this song has to go this way because this is the only way it can go, because we're that band or I'm that guitarist. But just relax when it comes to writing. Whatever comes out, that's obviously meant to come out, and that is you. Right. You can't say that it's not you. You're the one that wrote it.
Right.
So if you don't like it, that's one thing. But if you like it, and it's something different from what you usually write, just accept it and make something cool out of it. It's going to be you regardless.
Right.
You know, and they said that during the COVID lockdown, a lot of people learned the guitar for the first time ever. A lot of people were learning instruments for the first time. Do you guys think that there'll be a revival of rock music or a revival of that kind of music in the future with future generations?
Well, it's happening now. You got bands like Mammoth, which, his dad has a lot of has a big reputation, but Mammoth, you have Dirty Honey, you have, and, Rival Sons, they're always doing great. And, you have other young bands out there too.
Demi Lovato was just on Jimmy Fallon's show last night, did a live performance playing an electric guitar.
Yeah.
So it's a pendulum, man. It's like, it'd be like a hip hop rap era. It'd be a rock era. It goes back to country. And I think it's swinging right back around to rock.
Yeah.
Especially since nowadays it's like the age of women, it's women are being more prominent and specifically roles that were more male based. And so, especially in rock, you see a lot more women, coming forward, a lot more female fronted rock bands. So I think it's swinging back around.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's coming, if it's not already here.
All right. Well, I want to thank both of you for coming on the show today. I want to thank everybody that was involved for getting this interview put together. And anything else you guys want to add to the interview?
No, you can find all of our stuff on lydiascastle.com. We have all of our tour dates. You can buy tickets, merch, our bio, music videos, all of our social media links are there. So if you go to lydiascastle.com, it's just a one-stop shop for anything that you're looking for. But yes, we thank you very much for having us on. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And one more question. Your EP, has it only been released on streaming, or is it going to be released on CD and vinyl and all that, or just streaming right now?
Well, we did a limited run for our physical release. If there's a demand for more, just hit us up. We can see what we can do for you. If you want it, we'll get it for you.
Yeah, if you want a CD, you can go to lydiascastle.com and just contact us and ask for one. And
we still have some left, so just let us know.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Okay, thanks for coming on the show, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.